Good evening, New Sarum. Tonight, Katerina is at home at NJ's house, and she is just waking up, and she really wants to talk to NJ before she has to go to work, but she knows that NJ doesn't wake up for a while. So she is getting up and pulling on some clothes and going to NJ's room to see if she can wake her up. And she walks into NJ's room, but she doesn't see her in bed. And she thinks that that is weird. Why is NJ not in her bed? So she gets a little bit scared, maybe even paranoid at this point, and frantically starts moving about the house to see if she can find NJ. And she walks into the living room, doesn't see her. Walks into the kitchen, doesn't see her.
You do notice the back door, the screen door is closed, but the other door is open.
She sees that the back door is open, the door itself, not the screen door, but she sees that it's open, and she's like, okay, that's weird. And she walks out into the backyard, and well, is NJ very visible in the pool, or is she under the water?
She's swimming laps.
Okay, so she hears splashing around from NJ swimming, and she sees NJ swimming, and she breathes a sigh of relief, as she had been on high alert. NJ!
Let's see if she hears you while she's swimming. Nope, she doesn't hear you. This is perception alertness.
Mm-hmm. Now, she notices that NJ doesn't seem to hear her, so she moves closer to the pool and stands to wait at the end that she will be arriving at when she gets across. And when she gets to that edge, she then says, NJ, again.
Perception alertness. And yeah, she hears you this time.
Well,
and her head pops up out of the water. Huh? Oh. Hi. Was I being too loud? Sorry.
No, what are you doing awake?
I can't afford this sleep all fucking night. I have stuff to do. I have work. I have a business to run.
I understand that. She thinks about trying to run the Shimmering Star, waking up at 8:30. And can I talk to you?
Sure. Do I get to pull you into the pool, or do you want me to get out?
Well, I suppose I could be in the pool.
She reaches up and grabs you and pulls you in.
She is startled by this, and she comes up to the surface after being pulled in. Well, I wasn't expecting you to pull me in.
I just told you I was gonna. Do I get to pull you in, or do I need to get out? You said you need to be in, so I pulled you in.
I didn't actually expect you to pull me in. I don't know why I didn't. I should have. Anyway.
So what's up?
Well, I find myself in a situation again.
What happened now?
Well, it's not necessarily a bad situation.
That's good change. That's good.
It's just difficult.
Okay.
You remember Zach, right?
Mr. I can't talk about him guy?
Yeah. Well, so right now I am 2 steps bound to Aaron.
Okay.
And also now 2 steps bound to Zach.
Okay.
And I don't know who to pick to go all the way with. And she kind of chuckles when she says that, and I sound like a teenager.
Well, have you gone all the way with either one?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're a teenager, then that reference becomes a certain something, and...
Yeah, I have with both of them.
Oh, which one was better sex?
She thinks about that for a moment. Aaron.
Okay. And which one, all other things being equal, since you're equally bound to both, which one do you care about more?
I don't know. It's so hard. Like, I care about them both in different ways. I mean, Aaron and I have a lot of history. We've been through a lot together. We've been in a lot of dangerous situations. We've had each other's backs.
Okay.
Zach was there for me when I really needed someone. When everyone else seemed to just disappear. And that was even before Elysium. He seemed to not really care about what his clan thought about hanging out with me. He just wanted to do it. And he went out of his way to see me. And that meant a lot to me.
And she kind of stops and turns around in the pool. And then until she's facing you again.
What?
I was just seeing if I disappeared again. Sorry.
Oh. Nope, still here. But there is one thing.
Yeah?
Zach, he didn't ask me if I wanted him to be bound to me. He just did it. He just, without warning, without anything, he just dug his fangs in and took my blood.
Without your consent?
Yeah.
She takes a deep breath.
He did that twice. The first time I was awake. The second time I wasn't.
Then she gets a troubled look on her face as she sits herself up onto the edge of the pool. You have some poor taste in men.
Apparently. You know, I didn't really think anything of it at the time. The second time really bothered me more than I let on, I think. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, if he's going to take my blood from me in my sleep, what eventually would he do? Even if he is all the way bound, I don't know. It makes it hard to trust him.
Let's see. So you have somebody who's been abusive, emotionally and verbally, or you have somebody who's a rapist.
At least Aaron's never done that to me. He knows about my past, so does Zach.
Well, then I don't think it's really much of a question then for who you need to pick.
Yeah.
What's more important? Consent or generally being a nice guy?
Consent, definitely consent.
Well then, sounds like we have a winner.
Yeah. And even when I'm with Zach, though, Aaron's always in the back of my mind. I know that he's done fucked up shit, but so have I. You know, I'm not completely innocent in our situation.
None of us are innocent. If we were innocent, we probably wouldn't have been considered for this life.
That's true. You're right about that. But I mean, it's not only his fault as to why things happened the way that they did, but now he's choosing me, choosing to be with me, to be completely bound to me. Yes, the situation that it's happening wasn't what we expected, but he's still choosing to do it. And he asked me if that's what I wanted. He let me choose.
Then, yeah, it really doesn't sound like it's much of a choice other than feeling bad about being a better person than someone. I thought you said he was supposed to be this great guy.
He was. He was. And he says that he loves me. But, I mean, and I do love him too, but he
Well,
didn't ask.
if you can't trust him, you really can't love him. You may care for him. I wouldn't say that you love him, though, since you obviously can't trust him.
The question is, though, do I go ahead and let him bind himself fully to me?
Well, under the circumstances, that's obviously what he wants. And I'm not usually prone to giving bad behavior what they want. Unless it's an ass beating. I'm more than happy to dish out an ass beating.
From what I understand of blood bonds, when someone is completely bound to you, they will do whatever you tell them without question, usually. Especially if they love you anyway. It makes it even more so. This might sound horrible, but if I let him do it, then I could at least, it would be a way for me to keep an eye on him and keep him in line.
Yeah. Also be a source of money if you need. And he dresses nice, so he's got to have some money coming in.
He recently lost everything because he associated with me. He was defiant towards his primogen, from what I understand, from what Emerson told me.
Really? Oh, the things you could do. You could, so he was defiant. You could make him turn over a new leaf. get all of his stuff back. You need to be taken care of. I know I've made sure Aaron's taken care of, so yeah, if you two are together and Zach's feeding you oodles of money a month, yeah, do it. Make him pay for what he's done. Make him go and apologize, kowtow, get everything back, play into their, yes, thank you, sir, I will do better, I'm sorry. It was a moment of indiscretion, it won't happen again. And then you have like a little piggy bank at your beck and call.
Katerina considers this. You can tell she's having a hard time with it, with thinking about it like that, because she does care about Zach.
You're not taking everything from him. He'll probably still have more than enough to cover his expenses.
Yeah, he told me he's lost. Even the stuff that the clan didn't help him get, they made him turn over.
Well, when he apologizes, he should get everything back, right?
He's
They
probably
wanted
gonna
him
have to
learn a
do.
lesson.
He's probably gonna have to do something to prove himself.
So have him do it to prove himself. What are they going to do? They're not going to let him associate. They're not going to have him come after you because, well, associating with you is what got him in the trouble in the first place. So you're safe. They're not going to send him after Aaron.
No, I'll make sure that he can't hurt Aaron anyway.
The only person that the Ventures seem to have issues with is an individual I know of. There's probably a lot more than I know of. No, wait, because you said that there's issues between them and them. Or them and you guys. Your family.
The Bruja, yeah. Yeah, there have been. But
I think the one that's the most on edge at the moment is between them and Axel.
well, Zach hates Axel anyway.
Actually, yeah, have him go apologize. Make him have to do something. He'll probably have to do something against Axel. And Axel is dangerous. He's not a good person.
Oh, I know that. I told you that.
No, he's really not a good person. Him stabbing that baby has not sat well with me.
He didn't actually stab a baby, though. I mean, yeah, he thought it was a baby, which...
If it hadn't been Smoke and Shadow, it would have been a baby. And he didn't even hesitate.
That's true. Yeah, I can't... as much as I despise Cecilia, I cannot stand by, and I would not be the cause of her baby's death. I can't do it.
I told Aaron I would kill a child to save everybody in the world. But I would have to know unequivocally that that is the one child that has to die to do that. I'm not going to go around, is this the baby? Stab. Is this the baby? Stab. Is this the baby? Stab.
Right. No, I get you there. Yeah. I mean, one life for many seems...
One life for 7 billion is trivial.
Yeah. So... Thank you, NJ, for helping me sort this out.
You're welcome.
What are your plans for this evening?
I'm going to the opera.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm hoping Claire will be able to make it.
Well, I hope she does. You'll have to let me know how that goes. I will not be going to the opera. I have to go to work.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't mind going to work anymore. I usually get to at least catch glimpses of Claire. She likes to frequent the club. I sometimes wonder if she's there keeping an eye on me. But
She might be. She definitely might be keeping an eye on you. I mean, after all, you are her child.
I know that, she frequented there. Well, yeah, she's frequented there long before I was her child. Though she said she'd been keeping an eye on me for a while.
She'd been watching you. She'd been scoping you out. Lisa kind of did the same thing with me. She frequented my place of work. She got to know me. That's why she was there the night that I died. And she was going to embrace me anyway, but that much she told me that. But she kind of had to do it quickly when that happened. She obviously wasn't expecting me to get attacked. She told me that she planned it to be a much different, pleasant circumstance. Yes.
Okay. Well, I need to get dressed because
that's another thing that I am a little worried about with doing this all the way is I know that other bonds that I have, not those who are bound to me, but those that I'm bound to, they go away. What if I don't feel the same way for Lisa that I did before?
Well, now I will admit I have very limited experience, but from what I understand, if I'm understanding it correctly, if it's a low level bond like child and sire,
Mm-hmm.
The emotions that you have, instead of being, like it's strongly like or love, they're amplified, increased. So, you'll still like her, you'll still care about her. It just won't be as much. It won't be.
Yeah,
It
I
won't
know
be.
that. I know that it won't. I know that my feelings altogether won't go away. I don't know. That's a chance I have to take, I guess.
Well, it's that, or I can go and stake Lisa, take blood out of her for 2 days, and feed it to you.
No, no, no. No, I'm not forcing anything on anyone. Besides, if I'm bound to her like that, then it will completely change the way I feel about her, and I don't know that I want that. Our relationship would change. It would be different. Way more different than if I didn't have a bond to her at all.
Well, without the bond, you in theory would still be mother-child.
Oh yeah, that doesn't change. She's still my sire no matter what.
All right, well, I need to get dressed to go to the opera.
Yeah, and I need to get ready for work. Katerina then gets up out of the pool.
And Jay gets up and does a big yawn and stretches. Ugh. Doesn't quite wake me up like it used to.
No, I bet not. And Katerina will give NJ a hug before going in to get ready for work.
NJ will hug her back, and with that, the scene comes to an end.